Commissioner.
Good morning. At this time, I'd like to call to order the Franklin County Board of Commissioners General Session. Today is September 7th, 2021, and we will begin with the Pledge of Allegiance led by Commissioner O'Grady.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
As a reminder, this is a public meeting and is being recorded. For those of you calling in, please ensure that you have muted your phone line by pressing *6. Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of the August 31st, 2021 general session and the September 2nd, 2021 briefing session?
Move approval of the minutes.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Thank you. The minutes have been approved.
Thank you. First up is the Court of Common Pleas.
Resolution number 680-21, resolution authorizing a statement of work with For the Record to demonstrate courtroom audio-visual equipment.
Good morning, Susan Betzel, Deputy Court Director. Our new courthouse is 11 years old, and the audiovisual equipment that was installed at the time of construction was actually spec'd 4 years prior to that, and so it's about 15-year-old technology, and is therefore past the life and old analog technology. Therefore, over the next year and a half, we will be replacing the AV equipment in 30 courtrooms. Given the magnitude of this project, we thought that it's prudent to review the proposed solution to ensure it met the needs of our court and our stakeholders prior to purchase. To that end, the contract and statement of work before you with For the Record is for the installation of a demonstration room that will feature all of the equipment included in the proposed solution. It will, of course, allow our judges, staff, and stakeholders to view the equipment in a working environment, again, to ensure it meets our needs. There is no cost to the county for this contract, and pending any questions, we request approval.
Well, if there's no further comments or questions, I will move approval of Resolution 680-21.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 680-21 has been adopted.
Great. Thank you. Next is the engineer. And at this time, we have a public hearing. Can the clerk please read the public hearing notice?
Resolution regarding establishing, altering, and widening of Commerce Street, Valse Road, County Road number 233 from Lockbourne Road, County Road number 13 to Canal Road, Township Road number 247, Hamilton Township, Franklin County, Ohio, viewed, engineer to file plans as necessary.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to open up the public hearing for the resolution. Is there anyone here in the audience who'd like to speak on this public hearing? We have no speaker slips, and so seeing that there are none, I'd like to close the public hearing and have the clerk read the resolution into the record.
Resolution number 681-21, establishing, altering, and widening of Commerce Street, Valse Road, County Road number 233 from Lockbourne Road, County Road number 13 to Canal Road, Township Road number 247, Hamilton Township, Franklin County, Ohio, viewed, engineer to file plans as necessary.
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Cornell Robertson, Franklin County Engineer. Commissioners, this capital improvement project is in the southeast part of the county in Hamilton Township and the village of Lockbourne, where Commerce Street goes under Norfolk Southern Railroad Bridge and a separate CSX Railroad Bridge between Lockbourne Road and Canal Road. This resolution is the second in a series of two to declare the project necessary, states the project was viewed on August 31st, and allows the engineer's office to begin designing the improvement. Happy to answer any questions you may have.
Well, if there are no questions, I will move approval of Resolution 681-21.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 681-21 has been adopted.
Great. Thank you. Next, once again, we have a public hearing, and can the clerk please read the public hearing notice?
Resolution regarding plans approved for the improvement of Lockbourne Road, County Road 13 at London Groveport Road, State Route 317, Hamilton Township, Franklin County, Ohio.
Okay, at this time, I would like to open up the public hearing for this resolution. Is there anyone here in the audience who'd like to speak on this public hearing? We have no speaker slips, so seeing that there are none, I'd like to close the public hearing and have the clerk read the resolution into the record.
Resolution number 68221, plans approved for the improvement of Lockbourne Road, County Road 13 at London Groveport Road, State Route 317, Hamilton Township, Franklin County, Ohio.
Commissioners, as stated, this capital improvement project is in the southeast part of the county in Hamilton Township at the intersection of Blockburn Road and State Route 317. It is a cooperative project to build a roundabout with funding from Franklin County, Ohio Department of Transportation, and the Franklin County Transportation Improvement District. With this resolution, I am asking you to approve and sign the plans so we can schedule the project for construction, which we expect to start in the spring of 2022. If not already, I will see that the plans are delivered to Clerk Hindenlang for you all to sign. Pending any questions, I request your approval.
There are no questions. I'll move approval of Resolution 68221.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 68221 has been adopted. Resolution number 68321, resolution proposing to cooperate with the Director of Ohio Department of Transportation for the resurfacing and revising of lane configurations and traffic control along State Route 3 between Agler Road and Oakland Park Avenue, along with other associated work within Franklin County, Ohio.
Commissioners, this roadway resurfacing project is in the northeast part of the county in Clinton Township and the city of Columbus, along State Route 3 from Agler Road to Oakland Park Avenue. The Ohio Department of Transportation will administer this project. This resolution authorizes the county engineer to enter into contracts with the Director of Transportation necessary to complete the project. I respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 68321.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 68321 has been adopted. Resolution number 68421, establishing, altering, and widening of Clark State Road, County Road number 95 between Wagoner Road and Babbitt Road, Jefferson Township, Franklin County, Ohio, declared necessary.
This roadway and drainage project is in the northeast part of the county in Jefferson Township along Clark State Road between Wagner Road and Babbitt Road. This resolution is the first in a series of two to declare the project necessary. Happy to answer any questions you may have.
If there are no questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 68421.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 68421 has been adopted. Resolution number 68521, resolution approving plans for improvements to the Franklin County Engineers Office, East Maintenance Facility, City of Groveport, Franklin County, Ohio.
Commissioners, the engineer's East Maintenance Facility is located at 4801 Hendron Road in Groveport. The facility currently receives water from a private well. We are working through the process to install a water line to serve the facility with public water. With this resolution, I am asking you to approve and sign the plans so we can schedule the project for construction still this year. If not already, I will see that the plans are delivered to Clerk Hindenlang for you all to sign. Pending any questions, I request your approval.
There are no questions. I'll move approval of Resolution 68521.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 68521 has been adopted. Resolution number 68621, resolution requesting the Ohio Department of Transportation to reduce the speed limit on Reynoldsburg, New Albany Road, County Road number 6, Jefferson Township, Franklin County, Ohio.
Commissioners, this resolution is for a speed limit reduction along Reynoldsburg, New Albany Road from Taylor Road north to Morris Road in the northeast part of the county in Jefferson Township. The Franklin County Engineers Office received a request from a resident to study the speed limit on this road. We conducted an engineering study and determined that a speed limit reduction from 55 miles per hour to 45 miles per hour is warranted. If you approve this resolution, we will submit our study to the Ohio Department of Transportation for their concurrence as per Ohio Revised Code. I respectfully request your approval of this resolution, and if okay with you, President Boyce, after you all vote, could I provide what will be the final update on our Board Road Emergency Bridge project?
Perfect.
If there are no questions, I will also I will move approval of Resolution 68621.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 68621 has been adopted.
Engineer, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. The Boer Road Emergency Bridge Project has been reopened under budget and 2 weeks ahead of schedule. Our crews worked with Decker Paving last week, placed the surface asphalt in the seeding and mulching. We have scheduled a project completion ceremony on September 17th at 2 p.m. You all are invited to attend and celebrate with us. Thank you for your partnership and collaboration on this successful emergency bridge project. Thank you.
And Mr. Engineer, would you have someone send our offices that invitation? Maybe we will be able to make it out, so it'd be great to know.
Yes, yes, indeed.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good job there.
Have a great day.
You too. Next is the sheriff.
Resolution number 68721, resolution authorizing contracts for the supply of commissary items for resale in the Franklin County Correctional Facilities in the amount of $935,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. This resolution does approve contracts with 6 suppliers to supply items to be sold to inmates within the Franklin County Correctional Facilities. It is a 1-year contract that runs through September 15th, 2022. The contract itself, or the resolution itself, also allows for 4 additional 1-year contract period extensions. Any questions, I ask approval of this resolution.
If there are no questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 68721.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 68721 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next is community partnerships.
Resolution number 68821, resolution authorizing a COVID-19 recovery grant with the Human Service Chamber to provide high-quality masks to Franklin County children under age 12 in the amount of $26,045.
Good morning, Commissioners. Dana McCrary, Community Partnership Administrator. I'm so pleased this morning to present this resolution, which would allow for a payment to the Human Service Chamber to provide 120,000 medical-grade disposable masks to children who are extremely vulnerable at this time during the pandemic and cannot be vaccinated. We were able to move very, very quickly with this resolution. In fact, the masks have already been sourced by the amazing Michael Corey, Executive Director of the Human Service Chamber. He was able to find a vendor, get the masks, get them to Columbus, and have them distributed on Friday with another community partner, the Mid-Ohio Food Collective. Joining us this morning is Michael Corey, who is the Executive Director of the Human Service Chamber, to just tell us a little bit, share with us about how the actual distribution of the masks went.
Thank you so much, Dana, and thank you so much to all of the county commissioners and to Administrator Wilson for making this possible. What we have been able to do over the last 18 months is survey our members and find out what their needs are and work with generous partners like you to get those met. And a few weeks ago, when it was clear that the Delta variant was affecting children uniquely, and as we were all preparing to go back to school, it became imperative to help our agencies distribute masks to their kids, whether that agency serves kids within its building or whether it reaches kids in the community that are under the age of 12. So we did a quick survey and identified a need for over 120,000 high-grade children's masks. We tried to find KN95s or N95s for children, and they are not available in bulk just yet, but we were able to find a distributor in Florida, the manufacturer and distributor in Florida, and on Friday distributed 120,000 masks to 25 agencies because of your generosity. And because of a partner, Nationwide Children's Hospital, we're able to give out another 45,000 to an additional 15 agencies. So in all, your work and your generosity has supplied 165,000 masks into the community. They're being distributed as we speak by a number of organizations to kids now that we're back from the Labor Day weekend. So enormously grateful to all of you, and I believe that we'll have kids safer as this wave continues because of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Michael. Commissioners, pending any questions, I would respectfully request the approval of this resolution.
Well, this is great stuff at a time when obviously it's very needed, so appreciate all the work.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just going to add, I agree with Commissioner O'Grady. The only thing I'd say is that, I want to point out, the school districts, this is our way of supporting and partnering with them to support the people who they serve directly the most, and making sure that these young people have masks outside of the school day and building, and just access to those. So to me, it's one of those things that really highlight our partnership with our school districts in Central Ohio too.
Well, if there are no further comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 688-21.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 688-21 has been adopted.
Thank you. Jobs and Family Services.
Resolution number 689-21, resolution increasing funding for the Prevention, Retention, and Contingency Emergency Rental Assistance Program, and in response to the current eviction crisis resulting from the COVID-19 public health emergency, an increase of $1,500,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Vivian Turner, Assistant Director. Commissioners, in June of this year, we stood up our PRC Emergency Rental Assistance Program. This expanded program permitted us to cover rent as well as utility costs for eligible low-income families. It provides us with the flexibility to cover arrearages beyond those currently allowed by the TANF-funded PRC program and the CARES Act-funded PRC Plus programs, as well as provides prospective assistance for up to 3 months for rent. Since June, we have approved over $1 million in rental assistance for over 360 families, averaging around $2,700 per family. This resolution allocates an additional $1.5 million in U.S. Department of Treasury Emergency Rental Assistance funds to support the PRC Emergency Rental Assistance Program. Again, for residents, there's a universal application for all of our rental assistance programs. They apply using one standard PRC application, and they can access that as well as the step-by-step instructions by visiting our website at jfs.franklincountyOhio.gov/PRC. We are just asking them to include documentation for all of the amounts due, not just up to the $1,500 cap we traditionally had to operate under our PRC program. Our team will determine which amounts can be paid from which pots of money. Again, our rental assistance program supports families with at least one minor child in the household or a pregnant person. Pending any questions, I request your approval.
Commissioners, Joy Bivens, Deputy County Administrator of Health and Human Services. I wanted to make sure that we clarified this during this resolution. As you all know, there are several buckets of PRC housing prevention dollars that you all have approved and we allocate to the community. Working with Job and Family Services and some of our other partners, we're trying to put together a data specifications for each of you so that you can look at where the dollars went, how many not only how many families did we serve, but we're trying to get it broken down by zip code. So if we understand that, then we can be more broad in understanding where our other contractual dollars should go in the community. This approach, we believe, supports the poverty blueprint that we approved, that we did back in 2018. So I just wanted to make sure that you all knew that report, they're trying to work on that data report now, which is a lot, pulling that together.
Great.
Thank you, Deputy County Administrator Bivens. And pending any questions, we ask for your approval.
Thank you. If there are no questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 689-21.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 689-21 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, sanitary engineer.
Resolution number 69021, a resolution of the Board of County Commissioners of Franklin County authorizing an application to the state of Ohio to participate in the State Capital Improvement Program.
Good morning, Stephen. Good morning, Commissioners. This is Stephen Ritter with the Sanitary Engineering Department. Commissioners, during our routine evaluation and the cleaning of our sewers on the west side, the service area also known as Sanitary District Number 4, we found an approximately 750-foot segment of sewer that's parallel South Brenner Avenue between Bunker Avenue and Tappan Avenue that shows a number of cracks, fractures, and indications of advanced deterioration. This sewer is complicated by the fact that there's a nearby pedestrian bridge that crosses South Brenner Road to Stiles Elementary Complex. One of the footers of that bridge actually does come very close. In fact, we believe that it's on top of the sewer. So therefore, the engineering estimate for this, for the cost is going to be $1,528,679. So therefore, we propose to go to, this resolution is asking your approval of submission of an application for financial assistance to the State Capital Improvement Program.
All right, if there are no questions, I'll move approval of resolution 69021.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 69021 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you. Next, economic development and planning.
Resolution number 69121, resolution authorizing a grant agreement with the Community Refugee and Immigration Services Agency to provide interpretation and case management services to eligible Franklin County residents utilizing federal COVID-19 Community Development Block Grant funds in the amount of $411,730.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jenny Snap, Assistant Director, Economic Development and Planning. The Community Refugee and Immigration Services will provide interpretation services and case management assistance to eligible low-income, limited English proficiency Franklin County individuals and families who are seeking to procure permanent safe housing, utility assistance, and other opportunities that will promote economic stability. The goal of this program is to provide language assistance to identified community partners to assist said agencies with their intake and application processes, and to make necessary linkages to other available social services and resources. This agreement will be funded by county COVID-19 second round community development block grant funds from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. Angie Plummer, the Executive Director of the Community Refugee and Immigration Services Agency, is on the call, and I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Angie to go ahead and say a few words at this time.
Good morning, Commissioners and Administrators. Thank you, Jenny. We look forward to partnering again with the county to provide that additional support to new Americans and those for whom English is not their first language. Our concept is to provide that interpretation, but also assist with case management and filling the gap and removing the barrier to access.
Ms. Plummer, if you can hear me, you have frozen.
I'll go ahead and take over from here. Apologies, Commissioners. Looks like Angie has, her screen has frozen. So with that, and if you have any further questions, we respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
We've done a lot of great work with Chris in the past, so I'll move, if there's no further questions, I'll move approval of resolution 69121.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 69121 has been adopted. Resolution number 69221, resolution authorizing a COVID-19 recovery grant with the Columbus Urban League to support the Minority Small Business Resiliency Initiative and the Franklin County Community Equity Fund in the amount of $1,050,000.
Morning, Commissioners. We had a little technical glitch here this morning, so I jumped over to Jenny's computer. So, Commissioners, good morning. I'm Jim Shimmer. I'm the Director of Economic Development and Planning. I'm pleased to bring you this resolution this morning, which is actually part of a two-part strategy that the Columbus Urban League is offering to the county. As you remember, Commissioners, we put together last year the Franklin County Growth Alliance, and we are proposing this morning that small businesses, especially Black and minority-owned businesses in Franklin County, are still having difficulties. They are struggling to make sure that they're keeping their doors open. And as part of this, what we are looking at is trying to establish a grant fund with the Urban League that will provide $1,050,000 to minority and small, through this small business resiliency initiative and the Franklin County Community Equity Fund to continue the county's focus on existing small businesses and dealing with the effects of COVID. The funding will build on the $2.4 million that you provided last year that went out to over 100 minority businesses in 2020 and established the equity fund to do that work. This funding allowed local Black and minority businesses through Franklin County to respond to the urgent pandemic need that was current at that moment in time, as it is today. The Columbus Urban League saw requests of over $20 million last year. And I will argue that those needs have not abated. Therefore, I'm recommending to you this morning this resolution in the amount of $1,050,000 in COVID-19 recovery grant funds to provide direct grants to Black and minority businesses through a process that will be managed by the Columbus Urban League on behalf of Franklin County. Joining us this morning on this call are Columbus Urban League's President Stephanie Hightower and Program Manager Jay Avery Frost to answer any questions you may have about this proposed funding.
Director Shimmer, before as they're getting ready to come forward, are these loans or grants to those businesses, though?
These are grants, Commissioner.
Okay.
We have Mr. Frost and President Hightower with us.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Commissioners Boyce and Commissioner O'Grady. Thank you again for your continued investment in the Business Alliance and the Growth Alliance. This fund is what we consider another step towards economic growth and prosperity for Black-owned businesses. As Mr. Shimmer just very eloquently described, while 59% of Black-owned businesses have been able to stay afloat since the pandemic, we know that there still is not revenue that is being generated and that the revenue continues to drop amongst these Black-owned businesses in Franklin County. So I would just like to again say thank you to Administrator Wilson for his continued commitment in making this happen, along with Mr. Shimmer and the team at Franklin County. I will turn it over to Avery if there are any other specific, any other data that you would like to share that would be able to explain why this is so important.
Yes, thank you. Good morning, and thank you, Commissioners. I just wanted to give you a couple of just statements that we heard from businesses themselves that received the equity fund grant in the first round, and I think it really encapsulates why this is still so important. But for instance, we have a medical transportation company who said during the COVID pandemic, our company suffered a downturn in sales of over 45%. We were on the verge of losing our staff because we did not have work for them. The funds we received went to payroll that helped us to keep our staff on the books, although they're still working less than 40% a week. Another company said, our outlook for continued growth and success was bolstered by your generous grant award. Specifically, your award allowed us to create 2 new permanent full-time jobs and invested in the local economy by making a major capital purchase. But then we heard a number of people say, without this award, my business would have had to close by the end of the year. this award helped us to stay open. We were going to shut down, but the award saved us. And then lastly, we had an import-based retailer who said, if I didn't receive this grant, I wouldn't still be in business today. But now because of the ongoing pandemic, we're still feeling the same as we did at the beginning. We're finding it difficult. We're not sure how we're going to proceed. So those are just a few anecdotes that we heard from the businesses that we supported in 2020.
Well, thank you. Ms. Frost, sorry for misidentifying you at the beginning of the, so I apologize for that. If there's no questions or further questions, I will be happy to move approval of Resolution 69221.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
I'm sorry, sir, I didn't hear you.
Yes.
Thank you. Resolution number 69221 has been adopted. Resolution number 69321. Resolution authorizing a grant agreement with the Columbus Urban League to provide low-interest microloans through a community development financial institution in the amount of $950,000.
Commissioners, this resolution is an outgrowth of work that was done by the Franklin County Business and Growth Alliance, which was a group of citizens who came together to look at the issues of minority lending in our community during the process of COVID. And as part of this, it's become a documented fact, and their work was based on the fact that racial implicit bias results in smaller and fewer loans being made to minority businesses overall, as well as loans at less favorable rates and terms. The Growth Alliance made the recommendation to undertake a study to look at the creation of a community development financial institution that would, in fact, increase access to capital for Black and minority businesses that have historically been left out of conventional lending. Unfortunately, business owners of color have faced documented difficulties in obtaining credit and getting access to much needed capital to grow their own businesses. This resolution I'm recommending this morning provides $950,000 in general revenue funds for seed capital needed to start the new CDFI and allow the Columbus Urban League to manage a rather rigorous process that's needed to get the program set up. In this call this morning, I have Kenny McDonald, who is the CEO of One Columbus, and Sean Grant, who is One Columbus's CFO. Both gentlemen have been instrumental in standing up, getting stood up, the concept of the CDFI, and I will ask if you have any questions of them as we move forward.
Good morning, Commissioners. This is Kenny McDonald. Thank you, Jim. I would just vigorously support this resolution based on a few things. Everything that Avery just said about the need for the grant dollars is also true for those needing seed capital to start businesses and grow businesses. Only 3% of the roughly 30,000 businesses we have in the Columbus region are Black and minority owned. And the need for this, the market for these CDFI funds is incredible. And I appreciate the county's leadership and the Urban League's leadership in moving this forward.
If there are no further comments or questions, I will move approval.
I do want to just ask one quick question. I just want to make sure I understand. So the previous resolution was essentially grants oriented. In this one, it will be loans, all loans in this one?
Commissioner
And we'll
Boyce,
work
that
with-
is correct.
And then we'll also work with startups as well for the loans?
Yes.
And what are
Most
the,
definitely.
what are the loan amounts? And what is it up to for the loan amounts, and what's the criteria generally that folks should apply or could apply to the fund?
I'd like to ask Avery if she could jump in on this particular one. It is in your, it should be a part of your packet. That there is a chart that shows there's a variety of different loan products in this one.
Yeah, I saw the up to $5,000, I think it was. Okay. Yeah.
That is correct. To begin, we'll do microloans up to $5,000 to establish the lending history and track record necessary to become a certified CDFI with the U.S. Treasury Department. And then after we get certified as a CDFI, the intent is to take the loan products up to $150,000.
Oh, that's the part I wanted to understand. That's good. Thank you.
And I'll also come back to just mention that a lot of effort has really been put in by a number of community partners on vetting this concept of the CDFI. And I think it's one that is certainly needed in the community, one that will allow entrepreneurs as well as regular business owners easier access to capital. And we have had a really solid process. I think Avery has done just a fantastic job of putting the details together on this program. And we will be moving forward in the next few months to get this stood up and move forward.
Yeah, Director Schumer, I would ask too, I'm going to really be watching this very closely. And what I want to do is really track the success of these businesses and the sustainability of them. It's one thing to start a business, it's another thing to maintain it. And part of the challenge that goes in that, and what I like about this conversation is this isn't just handing someone a check and saying, good luck opening your business. There are other elements to this that support that small business being able to get up and running, but I want to track that. And so I'm going to ask and challenge you that we're back at this point maybe a year or two from now, and we can really be able be in position to analyze what we aren't providing for businesses that weren't able to be successful, and what we have provided that for ones that have been able to, after we've been able to see them start and sort of begin to thrive or sustain and all those things. So I really want to I'll be taking a close look at this because I really think we're on to something here. But by the way, for the public, for the general public listening, it should be noted that in nearly every recession or recovery moment that we've had over the last 30 or 40 years, it has been the development and growth of small businesses that help fuel the growth and recovery of our economy. So this is, while we're zeroing in on a segment of the population that's generally had a lot of challenges with starting business, access to capital and so forth, this is really about the bigger picture of growing our economy, and that's through small businesses and their development, their success. So I'm real keen to watch this. I'm really excited about it and hopeful. And to me, it'll all be all about the data at the end of the day, where we can either replicate it, grow it, or change it altogether. So
Appreciate those
If I
comments,
may-
Commissioners.
Yes, if I may, Commissioner Boyce, thank you so much for your attention to the data and the sustainability. We do have a pilot program right now in place through funding from a national financial institution that is helping us to be able to build that database around the sustainability of minority and Black-owned businesses. And so from that model, we hope that it'll grow and that we will be able to maintain that data and to be able to give you exactly what you would like to see on an annual basis. So thank you for just underscoring the need for data and sustainability, because we know that's how we're going to be able to continue to grow minority-owned businesses in this community.
yep, thank you.
There are no further comments or questions. I'll move approval of Resolution 69321.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 69321 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Resolution number 69421, resolution authorizing the Board of Franklin County Commissioners to sign the attached discharge of mortgage instrument for Dante L. Carmichael at 3041 Rumford Court, Columbus, Ohio, 43068.
Commissioners, Dante Carmichael received in June of 2018 a home loan for $6,000 on real estate at 3041 Rumford Court. The requirements of the housing loan have been satisfied. The property taxes are paid and current. I would respectfully ask that the commissioners discharge this mortgage instrument on the property.
There's no comments or questions. I'll move approval of Resolution 69421.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 69421 has been adopted. Resolution number 69521, Resolution authorizing the Board of Franklin County Commissioners to sign the attached discharge of mortgage instrument for Jamie Nicole Donnelly at 411 Buena Vista Avenue, Columbus, Ohio, 43228.
Commissioners, Jamie Nicole Donnelly received a home loan in January 2012 for $4,320 on real estate commonly known as 411 Buena Vista Avenue. The requirements for the housing loan have been satisfied. The property taxes are paid and current, and I would respectfully ask the commissioners to sign the discharge of mortgage on this property.
There are no questions. I'll move approval of resolution 695-21.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 695-21 has been adopted. Resolution number 696-21, resolution authorizing the Board of Franklin County Commissioners to sign the attached discharge of mortgage instrument for Joyce A. Gorgeland at 6840 Darby Boulevard, Pleasant Township, Ohio, 43123.
Commissioners, Joyce A. Gorgeland received in April of 1983 a home loan of $9,550 on real estate commonly known as 6840 Darby Boulevard in Pleasant Township. These requirements of the housing loan have been met and satisfied. The property taxes are paid to current. I would respectfully ask that the commissioners sign the discharge of mortgage on this property.
There's no questions. I'll move approval of resolution 696-21.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 696-21 has been adopted. Resolution number 697-21, resolution authorizing the Board of Franklin County Commissioners to sign the attached discharge of mortgage instrument for Joyce A. Gorgeland at 6840 Darby Boulevard, Pleasant Township, Ohio, 43123.
Commissioners, in May of 2006, Ms. Gorgeland received a home loan of $3,080 on real estate commonly known as 6840 Darby Boulevard in Pleasant Township. These requirements of the housing loan have been satisfied. The property taxes are paid and current, and I would respectfully ask that the commissioners sign the discharge of mortgage on this property.
If there are no comments or questions, I will move approval of resolution 697-21.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 697-21 has been adopted. Resolution number 698-21, resolution authorizing the Board of Franklin County Commissioners to sign the attached discharge of mortgage instrument for Darlene and Ronnie G. Lockhart at 1539 Greenleaf Road, Franklin Township, Ohio, 43223.
Commissioners, Darlene and Ronnie Lockhart received in November of 2004 a loan of $2,960 on real estate commonly known as 1539 Greenleaf in Franklin Township. The requirements of the housing loan have been satisfied. The property taxes are paid in full and current, and I would respectfully ask that the commissioners sign this discharge of mortgage on this property.
If there are no questions, I'll move approval of resolution 698-21.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 698-21 has been adopted. Resolution number 699-21, resolution authorizing the Board of Franklin County Commissioners to sign the attached discharge of mortgage instrument for Victoria T.C. Williams at 615 Knights Avenue, Gahanna, Ohio, 43230.
Commissioners, Victoria T.C. Williams in April of 2006 received a home loan of $15,000 on real estate commonly known as 615 Knights Avenue in Gahanna. The requirements of the housing loan have been satisfied. The property taxes are paid and current, and I would respectfully ask that the commissioners sign the discharge of mortgage on this property.
There are no questions. I'll move approval of resolution 699-21.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 699-21 has been adopted.
Thank you, commissioners. Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning to you as well.
Thanks.
Next is purchasing.
Resolution number 700-21, resolution approving purchases for various Franklin County agencies in the amount of $1,885,415.91.
Good morning, Commissioners. Megan Perry-Balanier, Director of Purchasing. Commissioners, this resolution requests your approval of 68 purchase orders for which the county auditor has pre-certified available funding. We have for your consideration 10 out of 12 eligible POs presented for award to 3 women business enterprises, 3 minority business enterprises, 3 small and emerging business enterprises, and 1 local economically disadvantaged enterprise. Those total $69,130.90, which equates to 83% of the eligible PO volume and 96% of the eligible PO dollar value. The following agencies are increasing supplier diversity in the provision of goods and services within Franklin County: Public Facilities Management, Job and Family Services, the Prosecuting Attorney's Office, the Clerk of Courts, Domestic Relations and Juvenile Court, and the Engineer's Office. Pending any questions, Commissioners, I respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no questions, I'll move approval of resolution 721.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Voting, Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 700-21 has been adopted.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Clerk, are there any generalizations?
Not this morning, Commissioner.
Okay. I believe that concludes our meeting then. Right? Other business?
No, sir.
Are there any members of the media who have any questions?
None for me this morning, thank you.
Great, thanks, Mark. All right, that concludes our meeting. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.
Thank you, everyone.